Hello. Um, alright. So we're just gonna start. We're just gonna straight up just jump in. I'm not gonna do any sort of waiting for the beginning, even though I probably should, because usually I use this time to post on the Discord at least of like, hey, I'm live. Um, so we're just gonna do that while I'm talking, I guess. Live now for short stream. To learn some art shit. Smart. Yeah, stop. Yeah, slow down with the cussing. I feel like back in the day I was doing it all the time. I need to chill out with that. So we're gonna do that one and that one. For anybody that doesn't know, we're on Twitch and on YouTube. So if you don't want to deal with ads, go on the YouTube and watch through there. And I have a multi-chat thing that should work for everybody, but we'll see. So yeah. Okay, so this is kind of what we're messing with today. We're gonna do some poses and stuff. Basically just kind of outlining like the bodies, getting like the gesture and the line of action, all that kind of stuff down. So, they are all clothed, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so we're just gonna freaking start. But yeah, hope everybody's having a good day. I was debating if I should stream or if I should just kind of do this stuff on my own, but honestly, I wanted to stream definitely a lot more this whole week, but that didn't end up happening just because life and, um, you know, like you feel like you're gonna have time and totally don't. A lot of this week, honestly, was troubleshooting, like a lot of these issues that we've been having with the stream elements, like the alerts and all that kind of stuff. I think that it's working now. We don't have like the desktop audio, just because I feel like that's kind of messing with getting double audio and all that kind of stuff going on. But you know, it's fine. At least just for right now. I'm not really too worried about it. Right now, we just need to mess with some freaking art. So, we're just gonna go. Because I need to do this for like 10 years until I can get into school. So we're gonna do a little circle, a little eye line, and then we're gonna go from the back of the spine at the top down to like the tailbone. So he's kind of going like that. Then we're gonna do some rib cage, boot, and boot. We're just gonna do a bunch of little things like this today. Probably not gonna be a super long stream, but you know, it's cool. Doesn't need to be a long stream. I just want to be around a little bit more. I don't want it to be a normal thing that I just stream like once a week or anything like that. I want to actually like be here, you know what I mean? And her thing I think is like right there and right there. Go boop, boop. And like, I don't know, there. So we're gonna do our whoop. So line of action is supposed to be one curve. Not supposed to be any more than that. It's supposed to just be one fluid like motion. If you don't know, I just learned that like yesterday. I've seen line of actions a lot, but I haven't. Oh, hey, what's up? Gonna draw some jack dudes and dudettes. Yeah, dude. That's what we're doing. Hope you're having a good day, man. I need to get these skeletons done and hopefully somehow doing this I will learn things. But yeah, we'll see. I'm sure over time I'll get it down. I pretty much took all these poses off of the website's line of action. And it's just like, you know, you can get like a prompted pose every, you can set it up for like sessions, so you can get it every, like a new pose every 30 seconds or minute or 2 minutes or whatever. And then, but what I did was I just freaking took the poses and I just screenshotted them and I just put them in here on Clip Studio Paint. And so now I can just like practice them like longer term instead of, you know, doing it within 2 seconds and trying to learn from that, which is, you know, you definitely can learn that way, but I want to do longer, more time with it first, so I can kind of understand what the hell is going on first. But yeah, you know, give me just a chill stream. I'm not really planning on doing any games or anything today, but or at least for right now. I might stream a little bit later tonight, but I don't have any like a serious plan or anything. I will probably game a little bit tomorrow if I don't do it today at all. And these are easy because you just follow the curve. I still don't really have like a good way to understand where the, I guess right here, little divot with the rib cage. It's hard to tell from behind. And then the pelvis one, it's supposed to start with the belly button, which I guess is like there. And then right to like there. Something like that. Kind of get the motion. And some of these are like really weird, because then it's like with this one, there's almost no, at least from what I can tell, is like it's really hard to, I feel like it's just perspective is weird, so like the line of action isn't super clear, because it's like you got, what they say is you can use little dots here, so you got tailbone kind of right there, and then I guess the back of your neck dot is like there, so he kind of goes like that, even though it doesn't really look like it. Then we do our rib cage. And pelvis is a little bit straightened out, like so. Sort of. This is like page 2 of doing this. So I feel like I'm definitely, oh, hang on one second. We're gonna go to the intro scene. I'll be right back. Do another shout out for me. It's freaky to hear myself here, please. Weird as that. Yeah, that's fine. What do you mean it's freaky to hear yourself here? It is a little bit creepy, huh? Alright, this is the fucking poster. We got God of War today, and then God of War 2 next week during the subathon, and then God of War 3 the week after that, and then God of War Ragnarok on 9 November. Stand-up comedy, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, here I am. The one thing that sucks though is that I'm not funny. Oh shit.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Hang on. I gotta come back up. This is where people start being like, what the fuck are you doing? I gotta catch up on chat. It does if you pass out drunk on air, you will get a ban. Oh shit. And it will probably be like 3 days at least. Yeah, see how funny I am, you guys? See? This is basically stand-up. I'm so... Okay. Alright. I get it. Alright. Is it too cheap? Is it too cheap? God. Fuck. I'm just trying to catch up. Oh my god. Same with ramen. Okay. Sorry, I got a call. And I had to answer. What's up, Dark Chaos? Okay. Alright, we're cool. We're cool. Saw, dude. Saying a gift on Steam for the holidays. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll probably check that 9-ish or something. But thank you. That'll be cool. Hope you're having a good day, man. We're doing some gesture drawing and some figure drawing kind of stuff. A lot of posers. They're posing. Yeah, we don't have a lot going on for the stream today. It's more just kind of some chill little stuff. Kind of just practicing for my future, you know. Yeah, see, this is another weird one. So this line of action thing, so it goes from the back of the neck, kind of, I guess it's like there. I don't know. This guy's body's weird. And then like there. So it's like that. And then the page is like boop. And boop. Down. And then elbows kind of like that. And that. Boop. Boop. Sort of. The idea of believing you're an art prodigy. I remember what shop class. I don't know, man. I feel like I kind of struggled a lot in that one. I had that huge freaking idea to make that entertainment center. That took that took a million years. But I wouldn't have ever done that if I wouldn't have gotten so much help from, I'm pretty sure, you and also the teacher. That was a lot of staying after, all that kind of stuff. That was a lot of work. I don't even know where my that box went that I made. That took forever too. Do you still have anything from that class? I know my entertainment center is still back at it's still back around there, like in the town. But yeah. Like it's at my dad's he had like a place back there, and it's at their place, which my grandfather is now living at, not my dad. Can't forget about French class too. I don't think so. I gotcha. Yeah, I mean it was a long ass time ago, so but yeah. Old woodwork. Now I feel like we're just doing these dots. We don't even really need to be doing these dots. I feel like I can tell with some of them. Rib cage. rib cage. Belly button. Yay art. Yay art. Yeah, I wanna I don't know, I need to start doing some of my own sort of little practices too. That's not just off these figures, but also kind of just got going with it, so stick with it for a while. The dude said I'm following like an online like art class thing that I paid for, and they actually structure it a lot like kind of like a normal art school, I guess. Like with terms and um, basically whenever you like reach the end of your term, which is like at least for term 1 it's like 8 weeks, then you I want to make that wider. Then you start posting all of your work that you've done onto their Discord, and if it's good enough, then they'll pretty much like approve you, I guess, to go on to the next term. But it's definitely feels very like official-ish, at least as far as, you know, any sort of YouTuber kind of created course can go. Seems pretty official in that aspect, at least. But I mean, it's all good content. I mean, the stuff that he talks about and the way that he kind of describes kind of your mindset and things you want to kind of keep in mind. I feel like it's pretty decent. I wish I could use the same program that he was using for his gestures, but I think that one is probably a subscription thing. And I know the line of action is free, so that's why I use that. Mm-hmm. Right there. And right there. This guy reminds me of Jake Gyllenhaal on that the bar fight movie. What is that called? Roadhouse. I don't know if you guys have seen Roadhouse, but that's a good movie. I thought so. There's actually like a whole story about the director kind of got screwed over for it because what was it? It was like their production company got acquired by Amazon, I think, and then pretty much they like Amazon decided to, instead of having the movie show up in theaters, they were gonna just do it and exclusively showing on Prime Video or whatever, instead of the theaters, which the director was super mad about, and actually almost didn't go to like the premiere and all that kind of stuff with it, because he was just so mad. But he decided to go anyways because those were all the people he worked with, and you know, he wanted to be there for those guys, even though he hated Amazon for what they did there, because he said that it kind of just ruined the whole experience, or like the whole the best part of like making the movies is having them show up in theaters and stuff like that, you know. Not to even probably mention the amount of revenue that comes out of that too. I would think that that's probably a really significant amount that you get out of theaters. Instead of just going straight to streaming. That sucks. This chick has some super broad freaking shoulders. Nuts though. Stronger than me. That's for fucking way sure. Uni. Okay. Yeah, some of these, I'm not really sure. They didn't like specify on the outline of this section of how to really go about with doing a lot of perspective in here until you're a little bit more comfortable, and then it's like doing, like cubes like that, kind of show a little bit of dimension. I mean, with that one, then it would be kind of like you see the top too, right? But yeah. And then after we finish these, we'll start mapping out the joints for each of them, and then we'll do little sticks. And then after that, we're gonna do like cylinders to kind of show the perspective of the limbs themselves. So we got a little bit more of a plan than just straight up, than just the rib cage and pelvis outlining. We got a little bit more. It's probably a little bit too high up, actually. Or too low down, I mean. Like that. Like that. And that. Gonna have your stream going while taking the scenic way home. Just now leaving my mom's for her birthday. Oh, okay. Nice. I hope it's a good time. Don't chat while driving. Hope it's fun though. There's I don't know if you guys got any big plans, but I'm sure just being around will be a good time for yo mama. Guess just like that. Ooh. Okay. So I think we just finished all of our little things. And now we're gonna do joints. And I guess we'll just do like another little layer. And now we will do red. I actually have my little sister's birthday is this weekend as well. So they're gonna go to this pizza place today with some friends. That I'll probably go to. I'll probably be around. And then they're wanting to do they're actually gonna get a hotel room that's like adjoining with my mom, so that um they kind of have like a sleepover, but like at a hotel, and they get to go to like the pool downstairs and stuff like that. I actually did that with one of my birthdays back in the day, so that's kind of why I'm kind of cool with it. Is that we've kind of done it before, but it was a lot of kids. It was like for mine it was, oh my god, I don't even remember. It was at least like 10, I would say, because there was like a lot of us were like sleeping on the floor in the room that night. But that was a really cool freaking hotel because they had a ping pong table and I don't know, they had like pool and an actual pool and a hot tub. It was fun. Some of these we aren't gonna do the whole thing since we literally can't see. But the main gist of this is getting the points of the for the arms is for the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. No, very much, sort of. And then your hip joint, probably be like right there, the bottom of your knee, and your ankle. Two and two. And basically, this is supposed to help so that whenever I make like my own little people posing or doing little stuff, then I have a little bit more of an idea of like where generally kind of things go and like the amount of distance in between that I should kind of keep in mind so that after practicing on real stuff, then I kind of just get that ingrained in me of what is real, you know? Okay. I need to stop doing the control Z thing also because that is not a good habit, I feel like, get into. Because I've actually, so I do like art for movies, like on a whiteboard in our dining room. Whenever we're doing like a little movie night, I'll make a little drawing of that movie. And sometimes lately, I have been drawing on there. Or, well, I would say not sometimes, like, it only happened once, but it was just like, what the hell, kind of a thing. So it feels like it was more than just that, I guess. But, I, like, mess up on like a stroke, and then I was like, oh my god, go back. And my mind was like telling me to control Z, but like, and I was like, oh, I'm on a whiteboard, never mind. It's a weird psychological thing there. But I was like, that's a bad habit, so I need to not ever do that again. Because especially when I'm doing digital art, I'm like, my hand's almost always on that thing because I'm trying to get like a very even stroke sometimes, you know? So I'm just like, back, back, back. But I need to just be confident, just freaking and be like, alright. But see, then I'm like, that's so far off. And there. Uh, uh, bottom of the knee. And yeah, and then next up, we'll do cylinders for the limbs so that we can kind of see the perspective. better. Because right now we just gotta. Do we have any like white space here? We can do like a head, and then looking like that way, and then we do like a little do, and then we do a rib cage, and then we do a pelvis, and then we do our joint, 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 boop, boop, and arm, and then we do our things there, and like a knee and an ankle, and then like a knee and an ankle. Shoot. Yeah. And it's like a ballerina kinda. Gonna erase this little tail we got going on. It's not very good, but it's better than what I probably would have done before I started doing this little lesson. I will say that. What's up, homies for nomies? Oh my god. Hi. How are you doing? I'm just doing some art. I'm just working on poses and stuff like that. I'm trying to get good on these fundamentals so that I feel like I know somewhat of kind of what I'm doing whenever I eventually get to this art school I want to get to. But I hope you've been good. It's good to see your name. Hope the kiddos are alright. This is pretty much just gonna be our whole stream here today. I don't have anything else really planned going on. I did start a new Souls-like game, Demon Souls. But I think I will probably play that either later tonight or sometime tomorrow. Doing well. It's been a while, yeah. Kids are getting big, I bet. I bet it's nuts. I bet I probably wouldn't even believe it. Saw last time was really, I mean, I feel like the last time we talked was like right after you had your second, I believe. But yeah, that's good that they're doing well. Yeah, it's been a long time. So last year I got out of the Navy, so I'm not in the Navy anymore. As you can tell with the beard. And then I also went backpacking in Europe for a little while to kind of reward myself for, being in the Navy. I'm like, you know what? I want to have a little bit of freedom for myself. So, yeah, I went to a bunch of freaking countries. I actually was gonna start doing like a travel talk Tuesday or something like that, so I can kind of like go through some of my photos that I have of each of the places and talk just stories about kind of experiences and stuff that I had there. I didn't get around to it this week because it was I would say this week was a very troubleshooting heavy week because my first stream was like last Friday, so it was a lot of kind of trying to fix some issues that I found out that I had. But I'll probably still do it. I think that'll be a cool little thing to have. Because I also got a little photo book that has like little highlights from the trip, so I was thinking about going through that on stream too. Sounds fun. Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, I did like the hostel life for a little while. I did couch surfing one of the days, which is like it's like Airbnb, but instead of giving them money, you're just kind of staying at their place because they have an extra room, and you don't have to pay them or do anything like that. I think for some people, it's customary to bring a gift sometimes, or to like bring something like cooking for dinner for that night, or some sort of goods or services. I guess is appreciated, but it's not required. But yeah, it was a cool little place I stayed at for the one that I did. And then I also did a it's called World Packers is the website, but basically you can work for somebody like for a little bit of time, like you decide kind of, they will put out like how much time that they're wanting somebody to work, and you can kind of plan out like dates with them if they're cool with it. And so I worked in Norway on a farm for about a month or so, and it was fun. I had a good time. I mean, it was definitely some hard work for sure. They had like 15 cows, like 9 retired racehorses, and like almost 200 sheep and lamb. And yeah, so it was kind of a lot of work, but it was a good time. They were iffy about like accepting my application to like kind of go there because I was American, and all they see about America is like the crazy like exaggerated news articles that get fed to everybody over there. Like they think every American is like Florida man level crazy. So like they had to kind of discuss it for a little bit before they accepted me or not. But they said they were glad that that they said yes because I helped out. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I was definitely ready to adventure more after I was done with that month. But it was nice because I mean I had my own room, and I had like all the meals were paid for, like all the food, and stuff like that. Like I didn't have to worry about anything money wise. I was just kind of working. America, yeah, yeah. Farm life is hard work. Yeah, I'm glad that I did it because I really wanted to just have the experience to kind of see what it's like because um I never lived in that environment at all. So I knew a lot of people that did, and they would talk to me. They're like they would say what it's like, but I wanted to do it. And now I have a new fondness for sheep. Sheep are cute. And what else? The cows. Cows are kind of wacky sometimes. They get into moods. Like there's um one of the things I had to do was to like just throw out sawdust on into the stables or whatever for them to like walk around on and have some grip or whatever. And I don't know if it was just this guy like did not like sawdust very much, or like if it made him sneeze, or he was just getting hyper. I had no idea what was going on, but he would start like he wasn't even a bull. It was a female. She would start like racing, like kind of looking like she was like galloping like towards me while I was trying to like I was putting on the sawdust and I was like going back towards the gate where I like came in, and you got to climb over. You know, it's not like just easy open and close. And but yeah, it's like you just see this freaking cow chasing you while you're throwing down all this sawdust, and I'm just like, oh my god. I just like hurry up with it, and then I like jump back over the little fence. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the farmer was like, you know, is in their like 50s or whatever, so they're like just. But I mean, they know the cows and they know why they're doing this stuff. But I'm on my own. Like, they're out doing their own thing that they need to get done, and I'm kind of just in there alone getting chased by this giant cow. I have no idea if it's like angry at me or if it's you know, it was wild. It was a little wild, but it was fun. Actually, this time last year, because so my time was from the beginning of October to like the second week of January or something. So like I was out during Christmas. I was in Malta with a friend that I met in a hostel in Belfast, and that was an experience. Grew up with horses, cows, baling hay, etc. It's a hard life. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, you're well aware. Yeah, yeah, that was interesting. It was cool though. I mean, so they had a few of the breeds of like the sheep, I guess, were very like old, like traditional, I guess, sort of breeds for sheep. So it was, I guess it was more of a unique experience in that aspect. 'Cause, I mean, I didn't know one thing from another, so it was all kind of just like new to me. But yeah, it was cool. Her bringing in like a forklift of like a whole hay bale coming in, and I was banging two metal pipes together to like get all the sheep to go away because they want to just freaking run up on it, you know? That's some crazy stuff. What's up, Ultima? I have no idea. I just learned a lamb was a baby sheep. And lamb are freaking cute. Lamb are like the cutest little babies ever. I swear. You gotta, some of them, I think they have to like bottle feed in the beginning. I don't know if they do it with all of them or not, but they didn't have any that needed it whenever I was there. But she said that the last person that volunteered there was on the duty to kind of bottle feed the lamb, and said that he like totally fell in love with them, which I don't blame him at all. If I had those little baby man, well, you know, whenever I was dealing with them, they were like freaking nutso little toddlers, like every single day almost. Whenever I would come in to the barn in the morning, they already freaking like knocked down their fence somehow. Like they didn't have like a very proper fence. It was kind of just like a makeshift fence, but they were little babies, you know, so it wasn't a big deal. But I guess now they were starting to really get out. And so every single time I would come in the morning, all the kids would be out running around and like eating all the hay that's just out there for, well, we have this whole stockpile that you like take out the hay and you like distribute it for like the middle aisles between the cages or whatever, because it was, you know, like winter time, so it was cold. But yeah, they would just be freaking going ham on the huge stockpile. They can just eat and eat and eat. Sure. Are you setting up kinetics for 3D modeling? No, this is more just kind of like, I'm going through like this online course thing to kind of get me into like fundamentals and stuff. So this is more of just working on gesture drawing and poses and Eventually, like, honestly, I don't really know the difference between the definition of gesture drawing and figure drawing, but it's all in that kind of little field of like you get like the 30-second poses and the minute-long poses that you gotta like kind of get all of the line of action and all that kind of stuff together. So it's just a lot more like 2D sort of practice stuff. But it does remind me a lot of like rigging and stuff like that. I've only seen them at petting zoos, I think. Zoos always focus on goats, yeah. I totally remember setting limbs up like this in 3D animation style. Yeah, it looks exactly like it almost. Except like I think what do they have in Blender? At least they have like the cones, and it goes to like the joint, right, and something like that. I haven't really messed with rigging too much. The most I did was when I was posing that cat for the art room, which actually. Do we have the new? I don't even know. This will be a test for all of us to see. I think I have the new art room. Ta-da! There we go. We got our drawing up there. And now it's just a matter of time until the rest of the walls are finished. There we are. Forever. There we are. Still getting used to Blender. Yes, that guy's great. Yeah, it's crazy doing the messing with the posing for that. It took a little bit to understand. I mean, it was a free model, of course. Like it wasn't like I didn't make that thing. That's some really in-depth sort of stuff. But it was cool to at least like understand what the hell these bones were kind of for, which even after messing with it, I feel like I didn't really understand it all the way. But I had an idea. Yeah, farm life is crazy though, for sure. Now I understand the difference between how big of a deal wet hay is from dry hay. Wet hay is so much work. It is a nightmare, honestly. And what else? Crows are terrible. They will just pluck out eyeballs of just while the sheep are just chilling, walking around. I guess that just happens. I don't know. That's terrible though. I'm just like, come on. I need a snack. Yeah, it's pretty awful. But I mean, I didn't have to deal with any of that at all. It was more of just like hearing stories about it whenever they would like go on treks, because they have like a summer home. It's like a summer farm next to like a lake or something, and so they like go on a whole trip with the sheep and take them out there, and then that way the sheep don't have to be in like any cages or barns or anything like that. They're just free roaming, and I guess they don't have to worry about them running off or anything too much. But yeah, freaking birds, man. Hey Heidi, how's it going? Um, advanced cat technology, exactly. Yeah. This is probably great practice just for learning human proportions and lengths of different parts of arms and legs. Yeah. I think I'm kind of learning a little bit, but it'll take a lot of time for me to really get it, like really understand. Like I know like the base things that I'm doing and why, but I'm hoping, I don't know, it'll just seep into my subconscious and then it'll just work for drawings in the future. Very thankful for all the farm work that gets done to keep everything running. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I can only imagine for some of the farms out here. I don't know how big that farm was that I was at in comparison to other farmers in Norway, but I would say it was probably a good size. Oh boy, everybody's freaking out. I might have to BRB and check on life. I remember hearing that the human body is approximately 8 heads long. Try to remember that while drawing, but they end up looking like Slender Man. Yeah, I have another practice I need to mess with that for that too. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Do another shout out for me. It's freaky to hear myself here, please. Weird as that. Yeah, that's fine. What do you mean it's freaky to hear yourself here? It is a little bit creepy, huh? Alright, this is the fucking poster. We got God of War today. And then God of War 2 next week during the subathon. And then God of War 3 the week after that. And then God of War Ragnarok on 9 November. Stand-up comedy. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, here I am. The one thing that sucks though is that I'm not funny. Oh shit.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker. Okay. It was just the UPS man. There's a sustainable farm in Croatia that I have been to a few times. That place was cool. Everything they serve was originated from the farm. Everything was like handmade and delicious. Nice, dude. Yeah. That's cool. So when I was at the farm, the mom lived there with the farmer too. And she would make like homemade bread all the time. Like there was always homemade bread that was just available, and that was really awesome for like breakfast. And you know, you just get some butter and jam pretty much, and it was always good. What else did they? I mean, all the meals pretty much, like anytime that it would ever have like meat, it would be like from the farm, you know. When they could, you know. I mean, some of the dishes weren't from there, but I at least got to try like pretty much traditional sort of Norwegian cuisine, I guess, like every day. So it was cool. And I got to see a few cities that I actually normally wouldn't have, because they would go to basically how they would do it, which is really cool, and they should do this like everywhere, honestly, is they would have a Facebook group where a bunch of different farmers would post their pictures of like their stuff that they're selling, and then like prices or whatever, and anybody that was interested would comment there or message them and tell them how much that they wanted, and you know, whatever the price they'd agree on and all that kind of stuff. And then all the farmers would go to a agreed upon location at an agreed upon time, and they would bring all their stuff that they were selling, and then, you know, the customers would like Venmo them or whatever. I forgot whatever the equivalent was for out there, but yeah, it was just like a random quick like stand-up little market that would just come up out of nowhere. Like we would get there before everybody else a lot of times, because it was a really like, it was far out of the way, and there was nothing, nobody was there at all. And then all of a sudden, bam, everybody was there. And I'd be like helping to take out some of the meat for the customers and stuff like that. But before those little meetups, I would get a little bit of time to myself to kind of explore the city on my own, which was really nice, because it was kind of just like a little break from work, you know. 'Cause, yeah, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of work. But yeah, it was a very, very cool process. I honestly was gonna try to start doing something like that out here, at least coordinating with some farmers to see about getting like meat like that, but I don't think that a lot of people out here are I don't know. I feel like a lot of people in Montana are kind of in there, set in their ways in a sense. Like they got their own sort of ways of selling and distribution, so they're not really trying to learn any other ways. I feel like that's just a farmer thing, honestly, in some aspects. They just don't really want to mess with new stuff. Like don't fix what's broken kind of mindset. But it was really cool though. That's an amazing idea. If it ain't broke, yeah. Yeah, I do wish that was more of a common thing overall. Okay. So now we got the little stick men. So now we're gonna do cylinders, which I actually haven't messed with too much. And now the dogs are freaking out again. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. Hopefully it's not a lot. It worked for the alligator so far. Wait, what did? I feel like sometimes I say so many different things that then I'm like confused about what any comment could be about. Okay. So yeah, this is gonna be a hard thing, is understanding, like, this is almost like completely flat, right? And then it just goes like that. Like, it's not really a lot of perspective. You don't see the bottom or the top very much. But that one, I would say you kind of are like looking towards. So it's like a little bit of a circle right here. And then it goes out like that. And something like that. I can hear the pups. It is nice. I like it. The alligators just reference people not changing their ways. Oh yeah. Those doggos are always going nuts though, honestly. We have there are 3 dogs and 2 cats here. And some fish. Cool. Little mini zoo almost, you know. I would say, yeah, you probably see just like a little tiny bit on that side. And then for this one, it's definitely like that. Well, actually, for this top one, I would say that you're actually looking towards it, um, like that. Doop, doop, doop. And then this one is facing away, like that. Doop, doop, doop. This one's a little bit more flat. Yeah, this definitely takes a lot more focus than doing these other parts. Do like that. And then this guy is like, I don't know, like kind of a tiny bit on the top, and then it goes down. Something like that. There's a great amount of animals to have there. Yeah, yeah, it's a full house, but it's good times, you know. Some crazy stuff at some times, but it's nice. I feel like, especially if I, whenever I get to LA and I'm like living on my own, it's gonna be kind of weird because I'm so used to freaking all the noise. But I don't know. At the same time, I feel like I'll like it. I kind of like silence. I'm hip with it, you know. Hip with the silence. Yeah, some of these are just straight on. There's like no perspective. That arm we're not even gonna mess with, honestly. Yeah, this is all pretty much like almost direct. And I feel like it's hard to even really see it in some spots. There's so many different lines going on. I don't, it's honestly like they don't say in the exercise to do it this way, but I feel like this is a cool, like, kind of progressive, because each chapter is like its own thing, where it's like the first chapter is like the line of action, and then the second chapter is like adding the torso and the pelvis, and then the next one's the joints, and then the next one's the cylinder. But I feel like it kind of makes sense to do them progressively like this. I don't know if that's the best way to learn it, but I feel like it's at least funner to watch. Yes, enjoy the silence. Yeah. Okay, so this guy is going to be very. See the bottom there, and then the top is like there. Something like that. And then same deal for this guy. It's going to be like that. And that. Something like that. Green color in this. This guy is going to be pretty similar. But now you're going to be more. I keep accidentally pressing the freaking buttons on the stylus. Get out of that. You're going to be like that. Yeah. Those are arms. Their limbs are like a bunch of hands now. Yeah. Well, just a bunch of little hands. I mean, I guess that's kind of what limbs really are, almost. Just a bunch of hands. So yeah, this one, I guess legs are a little bit harder, because it's more like, we're seeing the bottom of the thigh, kind of like that. And then it comes out. And then that one, we're actually seeing like the edge right here, and then that goes out like so. Doop, doop, and color that in. Okay, and then this one's pretty much straight on. Doop, doop, doop. And that one, you actually kind of see just a little bit of the top. Something like that. Oh, we didn't even finish this one. And then this one, I would say you probably see just a little there. I'll just do these straight on. Boop, 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 boop. Just a little bit. Boop, boop. And then honestly, I feel like no, this is like pretty much straight on. Yeah, that's fine. We're just a bunch of hams. Drawing teaches us that, yes. But it's totally cool to know you're drawing on a screen, but it's like on a picture on a screen. Yeah, yeah, I like this whole setup. This is what I needed. I feel like I just had like drawing and like on paper is so different from this. It's just a whole different medium entirely. You know, it's a whole thing. You can do tracing, you can do all that kind of stuff. I'll take my jacket off. Normally, I'm just a jacket all the time kind of guy here, just because it's cold. But whenever I start streaming, my computer freaking heats up like crazy. Alright. And I would say that this one we are. Oh. 10. Okay, this one I think we see this side. And then you go like that. And you go like that. And then this one you actually kind of see, I feel like this side. And then it goes like that. Sorta. Right like that. Kinda. Sorta. Oop. Like that. Oop. 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 Mix up the detail as well. I do like that you can erase stuff easy too, I bet. Like touching up a drawing would be so fun. Yeah, yeah. I like messing around. And all the different brushes and stuff that you can use, and yeah, it's really cool. And I have like these little buttons all along the left side of my tablet here, so I can like if I just want to zoom really quick, I can just press the zoom button, and then I can just like move my stylus back and forth for zooming in and out. I have a pan one, so I can move around. I have like an eyedrop one, a brush size one, like a shift and a control, and then a control Z, of course, so you know, you can just go back one stroke, because that happens a lot. But it's really cool. Yeah, I like all the shortcuts definitely help a lot for me being able to kind of just mess with stuff like on the spot really easily. And position and do all that kind of stuff. Because if I didn't have these shortcut keys, it'd be roughing it. I didn't even think of all that. It's a good idea. Yeah, like, I didn't think about that honestly either until I started looking into a lot of drawing tablets, and then I saw that some of them came with stuff like that, and some of them, like, didn't have anything like that at all. Like, some programs, they do, or, like, some tablets, you can do touchscreen. So, like, you know, I mean, obviously, you can do all that kind of stuff with your fingers, like, on here, but also it kind of helps with, like, 3D, I think, in a way, too, where you can kind of rotate easier and do stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't messed too much with like sculpting kind of stuff yet, but I do want to try it at some point. So it just links up with Photoshop or whatever. Yeah. So, and actually with this one, with the software that they have for it, you can choose what software that you're wanting those shortcuts for. So like for Clip Studio Paint, I have like these shortcuts, and then for Blender, I could have like a whole nother set of shortcuts, and that way it, you know. But my issue with that is then I can't remember what all those things mean. There was one tablet I was looking at, but it was crazy expensive, especially compared to this one. But it had an LED like shortcut keys thing, and so it would tell you what the button was for. I don't know if it changes between programs the same way this one does, but that at least kind of helps you, so you know what's going on. Like here, it's just a bunch of buttons, and they have some little, like there's a dash on one of them, there's a circle on one of them, and a dot like on different ones. So they kind of have like little visual cues, but I just have like what I did is I just took like the sticky part off of a sticky note, and then I just cut it up into little squares and wrote down what the shortcut was, and then put it next to the key. So I just look at that when I need to. My brain is going to overload thinking of all the ideas. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Like a stream deck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's neato stuff. Right. This one you kind of see the top of right here. Right? Maybe not so much. Only just a little bit. And then this one, pretty much kind of straight on. This one's kind of the same deal. You see just a tiny bit. Oh, well, I guess we kind of moved on a little bit from the traveling talk, but I was gonna say that, yeah, this time last year I was in Malta for Christmas, with a friend that I met in Belfast at a hostel. This is actually kind of a lot of perspective right there. And we stayed at, it wasn't a hostel, like we kind of like went in on the money together, so it was cheaper overall. Because if you don't, I mean, ultimately you might have some. I don't know how much experience you have with like kind of backpacking and stuff. If you've gone or not yet, but I will say meeting other backpackers, they are there's some penny pinchers for sure. I mean, you kind of need to be in that sort of a situation because honestly, that stuff's expensive going backpacking. Even if it's just like the hostel's only $20 and the flight to other countries is only $20 and stuff like that, it's still like it all adds up, you know, it's crazy. So you kind of have to be like that so that you can be out there longer. And this dude that I was friends with, he's like a nomad. Like he, sorry, I need to check my. Well, I guess it's fine. He only travels. Like he doesn't have like I mean, I guess he has a place probably to go back to like with his family. I'm assuming in Brazil, but and he's got a job. Like he works while he's like works remotely basically like on a laptop while he's traveling. Um, but yeah, so we both went in on the money together for the place in Malta, and it was kind of like a 3 or 4 bedroom place with a local area out there, like in the like a local common area kind of, but it was pretty much just kind of like an apartment, honestly. Um, and there was this Scottish dude that was staying there, and he actually worked on the Gladiator movie, on the first one a while back. I don't know if he worked on the second one at all, but I would say maybe. I don't know. I think he kind of ran into some legal trouble or alcohol trouble or something. I don't know. He said that he drank non-alcoholic beer because he like just doesn't drink anymore. Like he was kind of quiet about the reasons. So I'm thinking me and Erica were both kind of thinking it was something like that was going on. But he was down there to visit his kids that he hadn't seen, he said, in like 5 years or something, and like the daughter was like 7 and the son was probably like 5 or something. And I don't know, I guess I won't get too much into it because it was kind of a lot of crazy kind of drama stuff that me and Erica like just kind of didn't really know how to respond to. Like the kids were kind of crazy, and the Scottish dude, like the dad, was very mad about how crazy they were, and was like how could she have let them get this bad and blah blah blah. I didn't think that they were like crazy bad. They were kind of just like normal crazy, and like I mean they were a little kind of crazy. But I mean it wasn't enough that I was like, geez, these kids have serious issues or something. But they did have a little bit. But I mean, doesn't everybody? I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, it was a lot of. He was going through a lot on that trip, but the day of or the night of Christmas or whatever, before like the kids are coming over in the morning, we're all kind of, you know, we're just drinking and talking, and he was like, and this is the thing about Scottish people, is they like to really get under people's skin. As soon as they figure out a way to do that, they're just gonna go ham on that, and they will not let go because they think it's funny, and they're just like, ah. And so Erica was kind of the target for that, and he basically said like, so Erica had like these very, he has a crazy back, like he's from Brazil, and he does like Russian translating as his like current job, and he lived in Spain for a while, I think. So he has like a kind of a unique sort of an accent ish that he had a big deal with people thinking that what was it? That he's I think what's the language in Brazil? Now I gotta get it right or else I'm gonna be like and I'm gonna be the asshole, you know. I think it's Portuguese, but let me make sure. Brazil main language. Portuguese, yeah. So he would always get really, really triggered when people would think that he just spoke Spanish, or also like put him in stereotypes like he's from Brazil, so people think that he knows how to dance and he likes to party all the time and all this stuff. And the dude's like, you know, he's probably like he's probably like getting close to 40 kind of age. And so like even if like he's just not into it, you know. Um the sorry, I need to remember to read. I've never roughed it like that. I've looked out to travel with family, but I do still long for that backpack style adventure. Yeah, I feel like I honestly am not gonna have like the chance to do it for a long time. So, I'm glad that I jumped when I did. I want to get visas and stuff to do work and stuff around the world. I think that would be enriching. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Alcoholic beer leads to trouble sometimes. Yeah. How an observer. How is an observer or third party supposed to respond to stuff like that? There's no history and yeah, there's so much, there's so much to that situation that it was just like we were just very like I don't know, man, how to help you with that. And yeah, there's some weird, yeah, there's some stuff there. But yeah, definitely that was the big issue. There's so much stuff to it that we didn't know. Like we felt like he was not saying a lot on purpose, you know. But it would have definitely altered how we felt about the situation if we knew about the whole thing, you know. There's something going on. We just didn't know. Timing has to be right for something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for backpacking, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was some crazy stuff that Christmas was. Oh yeah. So his deal. So basically, what happened was that he was the Erico was explaining why or something about like this guy thought that he sounded like Antonio Banderas or something, which is like much more of a Spaniard kind of accent, I guess. And he's like, not can sound like that, like at all. Like it's not even close. And the Scottish dude is like, he said, he's like, I'm not saying that you sound like that, but I can see or I could understand how somebody would think that you sounded like that. And that really set off Erica, and he was like, no, dude, I'm telling you, like, I do not sound like that at all. Like, and it was just a whole freaking argument. Well, it wasn't even like an argument at first. It was just like one of those slow progression conversations that turns more heated, I guess. But I mean, they kept it pretty much civil the whole time, I guess. So it was kind of fine. But for a little bit there, I was slightly concerned that Erica was gonna blow his lid and like freaking push the dude off the balcony or something. But that didn't happen, thankfully. But yeah, it was a whole thing, and they both kept saying the same exact thing, that he didn't sound like Antonio Banderas. And the other dude was like, I'm not saying you do sound like Antonio Banderas. I'm saying I understand how somebody could think that. It was just constant. And eventually it turned to midnight, and I was like, you know, I had like the worst time I could choose. It was like, Merry Christmas. And then they stopped talking and they looked at me and they're like, Merry Christmas. And then they like went back to the conversation or whatever. But it wasn't, you know, I feel like I kind of made it slightly less heated after that. So that was something. But the dude went to bed, and Erica went to bed, and I talked to the Scottish dude for a while longer, and it turned into a whole conversation about the kids stuff and all of that. You know, it was a whole thing. But and then I go in there at like 2 in the morning. So it was like midnight, I guess, that he went in there. And then at like 2 or 3, I went in there because the Scottish dude can talk. I mean, they can both talk. Honestly, like I can talk whenever it's just me alone. But if there's other people that can really talk that are in the room with me, that's the conversation. Like I'm the reactor, you know, like I'm just kind of there, and sometimes I'll input a little bit, but especially with those two, I was not talking at all, and I knew beforehand. I was like, this is going to be one of those kind of situations, but it was entertaining, so I mean that was fine. It wasn't like I was bored. But anyway, I go back into the room, which is like a shared room with me and Erica. Like he's got his own bed and I got my own bed. It's good diplomacy. um, yeah, Scottish turn trolling into the pastime. Yeah, that's like their thing. You know, I feel like a lot of the like Irish aren't so much like that from my experience. They like to play around a little bit, but they're more playful. English are definitely like push your buttons and fuck with you type shit. More for your expense, and the British is like entertainment. And then the Scottish is, I don't know, I guess the Scottish and the British are a little bit similar in that aspect, but it's less like on the person that they're fucking with, and it's more of just they're getting a rise out of that person. But it's not as like as directly like mean to the person. I feel like British, at least from my experience when I was over there, is that's kind of more the sense of humor, is that it's a little bit more aggressive, or like not aggressive, I guess, but getting under your skin, like just for their own pleasure, like because they just don't give a fuck. Can't be arsed. That's a thing they say. You can't be arsed. A lot of people do not like British people over there. I thought that that Americans were like the overall like very hated, like collectively like hated, you know, nationality or whatever over there, but it's definitely the British. Is probably, I don't know, I would assume that it's partly in due to that, and also I think that they are kind of messy drunks, and they kind of, it's like Philadelphia when they win a football game kind of like style. They're just kind of crazy. But I met a couple cool like British dudes, but I also met a few of the stereotypical ones that people typically don't really like. Yeah, so I kind of got to see what that was all about. But yeah, let me finish the story though. So then 2 or 3 a.m. I go back into the room, and Erico is still awake, and he's on his phone, and he's like, "Here, look at this." Like as soon as I get into bed, I was hoping that he was already asleep, and that I was just gonna like get into bed and just be done with it. But he's like, "Here, look at this," and he had a video up of it was like a news interview or something of Antonio Banderas talking, and he's like, I don't sound like that at all. And you know, the crazy thing was that like, I mean, from what the Scottish dude was saying, was he could understand how somebody could confuse his accent with Antonio Banderas or like similar to that. Which that statement in itself, I kind of agree with, in the sense that I could understand how other people could get confused. Like, I'm not confused. I know that it's like different. I mean, I didn't know exactly what the difference of the accent was just because I didn't have a lot of experience between the two. But I at least knew, like I could tell from Erica's kind of like adamant nature that it was definitely a little bit different, like it had to have been. But yeah, also since he, you know, has learned a few different languages, so he knows very well the intricacy of like accents and like the differences and kind of like just all the things that kind of go with that a normal person doesn't really have the knowledge of at all. So he kind of has a different perspective, but he just gets triggered by it. So but yeah, he showed me that, and I was like, yeah, dude, that's crazy, you know. And then eventually I went to bed, but that was a night to remember for sure. Christmas was cool though. Walked around Malta. There was a parade going on. Went to a little park that had some lights going. It was fun. Initially, I was going to be in Germany for Christmas because I wanted to see all the Christmas markets, which I did a little bit. But, so it's personal, yeah. If somebody hasn't had a ton of experience or studied it, they probably want to know. Yeah, exactly. Like, I had no idea. If he would have asked me what Antonio Banderas sounded like, or like anything along those lines, I wouldn't have been able to say anything. I was like, dude, I have no idea. I barely even know who that guy is until I look him up on Google. But yeah. But yeah, I went to some of the Christmas markets in Germany, and it was cool. I would say for the most part of like kind of just the atmosphere and the different sort of little things with it. But honestly, at the end of the day, I did not want to be out in the cold like every day going to these Christmas markets and like looking at all these little vendors, which, don't get me wrong, some of the vendors are really, really freaking like they have some really cool shit. But I couldn't buy anything because I just had a backpack. Like, I didn't have room for fucking anything. So I was just looking. The most I would have gotten out of it was I would have gotten drunk on Glühwein a lot, which is like warm wine, basically. Like warm flavored wine or whatever. I don't know, whatever the hell. But they're really good, what it is. But they serve it at a lot of the Christmas markets. But that's what I would have been doing. And I didn't want to do that the whole freaking time, I did get to go to Berlin for the first time, which that was really cool. And where else did I go? In Germany. I got to see Bardik when I was there, which that was really freaking fun. That was cool. He's a super chill dude. I got to go see a little market that they had in town there. But I think, yeah, I feel like Berlin was the main city in Germany that I was really at. But I mean, Berlin alone had like 5 major Christmas markets there, and each kind of market around like each big city's Christmas market has their own unique sort of thing that they have there. So, getting like the unique thing out of it is kind of like the most I would have gotten too. But it's okay. I have a hard time at those markets. I always feel bad checking people's stands out but not buying stuff. So I end up feeling like a jerk. Did you make music with Bardik? No. I wanted him to kind of show me like sort of some of his process so I could kind of learn a little bit from kind of how he does stuff, but we didn't end up doing stuff. It would have been cool though. I feel like this is kind of, I guess you see more of the bottom here. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, so then when I was in Berlin, then I was like, well, dude, I need to like go somewhere then if I'm not going to be doing all these freaking Christmas markets. That was kind of my plan for a long time. Like that whole month before I was at the farm. And so all I knew was that I was going to do these markets. And then eventually I realized that I was not going to want to do that the whole time. So I started looking up cheap flights, and I got a freaking flight to, what was the other one that I was looking at? There was another, like, really small, do I have where's my mouse? Okay. Map. So it was like off of the coast of Spain, I want to say, and it was like a little island. Palma. I almost went to Palma, but I instead chose Italy. Which I'm glad for that, because that kind of helped connect me to get to Malta to hang out with Ergo a lot easier than if I would have done any way else. But yeah, it was like an $18 flight from Berlin down to Venice, and that was great. That was a whole fun little trip. Had good wine and good food and all that shit. Switzerland was my favorite country for food all the way up until I went to Italy. And then I was like, oh, okay, you're right. You're right. World. I feel like everybody feels like that. Like, Italy is the best one in Europe for food. Which now I agree. Such a cheap flight. We need more of that here. Yeah. Yeah, like, you can't get a flight for $20 anywhere around here at all. Minimum is like at least 50, but I don't even remember if I've ever seen 50. It's probably like closer to like 70 is what you're really expecting, at least. Really, I feel like flights on average are like 100 to 150 for like a one, like, quick trip kind of a deal. Even McDonald's in Italy is a billion times better. Yeah. Yep. And it's not even really that expensive either. I feel like Italy is that was such a great trip. I mean, minus getting my wallet stolen, that was kind of not fun, but outside of that, it was a good time. I was like on my way to a dinner reservation that I had, so I was kind of rushing. And I almost took the bus like 10 or 15 times, but so I was like walking down this one main road basically, and I don't think that I was going to make it on time or whatever, so I was like just trying to kind of book it, and I was keeping an eye out for this bus, and it was like that episode of SpongeBob where it was just like you kept missing it for one reason or another. The bus kept missing. Or it was the wrong one, and it was the wrong one. It was just like, what in the hell is going on here? So then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get on this one, and we're just gonna go like an extra stop or two at least to just kind of save some time. And it was like completely crammed, and I was like next to the door because I just jumped in, and I had my hand on my phone on my right pocket, but I didn't have my hand on my wallet in my left because I was just like, yeah, I would have been like I don't know, touching somebody with my elbow weird or something, so I just didn't. And when I got out, I noticed my fucking wallet was gone. And that was a whole fucking mess that I dealt with after that. But I prepared for that. I got I had all my cards on my phone. And then I had my main travel card was in my backpack back in the hostel, locked up, along with my passport. So my main, like, really required things I had, it was just the thing I didn't have was a debit card to get cash from, which honestly I didn't have any issue with until I had one night in um, in Bratislava, Slovakia, which the hostel was like, we need cash. And I was like, well, I can't get you cash. Like, I don't have a, like, they didn't tell me. I reserved the thing and, like, I checked for that, and they didn't say anything about needing cash or no card or anything. Um, and then I get there at, like, 11 o'clock at night, and then they're like, we're cash only. And I'm like, dude, I I can't do anything with that. And so then they had to call the owner and um, asked them if it was okay, and they just said yes. And then that was it. Then I could pay. But it took like 2 hours fucking of me trying to, like, now I need to look for other hostels and all that stuff. Yeah, it was a whole mess. Little blocks of Parmigiana cheese for like €1 or something, plus little calzone things. Yeah, yeah, man, I miss the food out there. Transit in different areas can get so stressful, like not knowing the area, routes, direction. Yeah. Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, there was I mean, the majority of the time that I was in Italy, I just walked everywhere because anytime that I even tried to go to a train or something or a subway, it was always the same deal where it was just like looked like a nightmare, and I didn't even want to. I didn't care enough. I would have rather walked an hour than get crammed in like that. So that was kind of the majority of my experience. I was just walking the whole time. It was just very rarely I would get into something like that if I needed to. But yeah, of course, the one time that I get on the bus is when there's a dude right there waiting. But it's fine. We made it through. It was towards the end of the trip anyway. And like I said, I kind of prepared for that. So it didn't really end up being as bad as it probably would have if I didn't prepare. So it was all good. I actually kind of felt good about that, about being prepared about that afterwards. So it didn't really put that much of a damper on my experience. The one thing that it just, for some reason, psychologically kind of really sucked about was that I would put my hand in my left pocket all the time, and I would feel that my wallet was gone, and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. So that was kind of not fun, but it's fine. No matter how you get around, it's part of the fun to just exist in a totally different area. Like even the cars and stuff are different. Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, yeah, just seeing the different like trees and shit like that, like just the little things like that. Yeah, it's really awesome. Fun times, dude. That one is honestly pretty flat. So yeah, hopefully I can end up making another trip at some point in my life. But if not, then that's fine too. As long as I got the experience, which I wanted to go backpacking fucking like my whole life. Um, so just the fact that I got to actually go is just really wild. It really is. And I mean, one of the cool aspects too was like I was in Galway, Ireland for a little bit. Um, I got to see like the Cliffs of Moher and that kind of stuff. And I was like eating fish and chips at some really popular place. And I heard like an American family talking to somebody um, behind me. And they're like, Man, it's just so crazy how it's like you plan this for years and years, and then it's there, and then it's gone like almost instantly. Um, because I think they were there for like a week or something like that. I'm like, man, and that really helped me be more grateful for the situation I was in because I was like, fucking, can you imagine doing that, planning that for years and years, and then you got 1 week of just fucking. I mean, even that, like, I mean, a lot of people don't even get that. So, I mean, that in its own is its own accomplishment. But, I mean, I was moving cities every day, like every few days at least. Um, so the amount of shit that I got to see was just very, it was just very cool. Work call BRB. Okay. Yeah, it would have been a fun time. Yeah. Um, Getting robbed is shitty. Any place where a tourist could be, they have thieves lurking. Yeah. Yeah, and especially, I didn't realize how bad Rome was, really, until that happened. I just always assume every place is bad. But, yeah, I'd never actually had it happen. Crazy. Yeah, it's really hard to see that, like, I guess it's just a really tiny part right there. And that's pretty flat, I would say. But if we do see it, it's a little bit right there. And this one's definitely flat like that. Boop, boop. Uh, I guess like that. Okay, I think we're almost done. Oh, we got another layer. Yeah, I guess these take a significant amount more time doing all these little cylinders and stuff. Water. I feel like my throat's dying. Something that also happened this week was I compiled all my art stuff that I have done, like pretty much throughout all of 2024, including like the mural back here and like my little designs kind of leading up to that and a bunch of stuff like that, basically. And I sent it over to my advisor, admissions advisor at Noman. And I made sure to say, because it's true, that haven't really done my fundamentals. I haven't really done a lot of work that I should have, to kind of feel more prepared and ready. So I told them about the course that I'm taking, and I sent like the curriculum. Um, and they responded, and they said it's good that you're working on a bunch of different aspects. But yeah, you pretty much like you need to work on your fundamentals. And so I mean that's kind of what we're doing. Because now we're just gonna really like actually put in the work and freaking just learn this shit, man. I feel like I've been putting off learning this for a long time because it's just so um it's just not exciting. Like it's not exciting stuff. It's very like this is like, you know, you need to get this shit down. It's not like something you can just skip around. Which I was hoping. Secretly kind of hoping that I wouldn't have had to really do it as much, but I don't know. I'm glad that I'm gonna be doing it though, at least because I the biggest thing is I don't want to show up at that school and to feel like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's a really big thing for me. So that's what we're gonna do. And do like that, and then that. I would say you honestly see a little bit on that side. Yeah, that's fine. Progress, baby, progress. Yeah. What's up, Veronica? Oh, there's underwear. Yes, there's underwear. We're safe here. We're safe. How's it going? We're looking at bodies today. We're doing body stuff. We're making everybody's limbs into hams. Nude models next week. Eating Mucinex like candy? Oh no. That's not good. That's not a good thing to eat like candy. Are you feeling bad or are you just chasing the rush? No, I'm just kidding. That sucks. I'm sure you feel bad. I hope you feel better soon. The weather keeps changing, so my body's confused and made itself somewhat sick on purpose. Body's a jerk. Yeah, that sucks. I I feel like growing up, I had a lot of issues with weather changing, like making me sick, and it was like almost every single year. I don't know. It was like very like clockwork. But I feel like lately, I don't know. I guess I haven't really been having that in the past couple of years very much. Sometimes I'll still get it, but I mean, a big issue why I get it a lot nowadays is because like my little sister in school, or like either my mom or my older sister, like in work, and everybody's just got their own little like cesspools of germs that they got, you know. So and I just kind of get that from everybody. Oh, okay, so my multi-chat doesn't give me alerts from the channel point redeems, but if I switch over to Twitch chat, then it does work. So I see that I need to stretch. Come to Texas where the weather has dementia. I actually haven't been to Texas still. That's one of the few states that I mean, I don't know. I got a map up still. Let's see. I haven't been to the Northeast very much at all. I've been to New York City, and I've been to DC, and I've been to Virginia Beach, and I've been to what is it? Columbia, I think. Yeah, Columbia. And I've been to Orlando for Disney World, and that's pretty much everywhere I've been on the East Coast. And then I've been around a lot in the Midwest, and I've been almost to all the places out in the West, like all the states, except for Idaho and Colorado. Like all the other ones, I've at least gone to a couple places in each of the states. Come to Washington, weather will change like it's bipolar. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was in Washington for a little while. So I'm in Texas already because it was 35 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday, 40 on Wednesday, 20 yesterday, and now it's 50 today. Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like a whiplash, but weather. Jesus, dude. Keep pressing the buttons on this stylus. I can't help it. I can't help it. Yeah, I feel like the Midwest had a lot of bullshit like that too. Like it would be one day it would just be chill, kind of like 50 degrees or whatever, and then like the next day would be like hailing and snowing and then hailing and doing its rhythm of going back and forth between that. So you just have all these layers, and then it's just like that forever. Drastic changes between like the seasons, and then it like doesn't, it refuses to stay one way or another for a long ass time. That was awful. We're just gonna do like that. A big ol' ham. A big ol' ham. Yeah, DC's crazy though. I think so we did like a 1 week trip there fucking like 5 years ago at this point. We did a lot of the big things, you know, like all the touristy kind of like places to go and saw a little bit of crazy shit. Like some people rioting at the White House. I forgot what it was even about, but I don't know. I guess from what I hear a little bit, that's kind of just normal. That people are just always kind of out there. Which then I'm like, why? You know, like, are you winning, son? You know, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously everybody should be able to if they want to, and all that kind of shit. But just like, why are y'all always out there? At least just like make a date for a big deal kind of day, and then maybe it would be more impactful instead of just I'm going back out to the fence again today. The grind. Okay. This guy. I don't know. Something. There's something going on back there. Boop, boop, boop. And here. Boop, boop. Limbs. Limbs. Actually, dude, are you in Texas? For some reason, for a while, I always thought that you were in Colorado, I think. Is that right? Have you been in Texas for a long time? I do need to make my way out there at some point, though. I feel like there's so many people I know that live out there. See, I feel like I need to kind of cover the arm more. There we go. Sorta. I wonder what these people like. Do they ask them what to pose? Or like, do they tell them what what to do? Or do they just go up in front of that camera and then they're like, don't worry, I got this. I know what you want. Now you've always been in Texas? Oh, okay. Colorado is on my places to move though. Texas sucks. Yeah, I don't know too much about Texas at all. I feel like everybody talks about the barbecue. But you know, I've seen all the fucking crazy weather shit that I feel like Texas goes through a lot every year. And I'm not all about that. Like that flooding and all that type of shit, man. Seems like kind of a lot. It's like my mom wants to live in Florida, and we're just like, dude, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's crazy, you know? Like, it really is. Like, I don't know. Fucking crazy expensive. Crazy, crazy, crazy weather. Crazy people. I mean, I'm sure everybody's not like Florida, man, but some people are, you know. There's more people that are like Florida man in Florida than anywhere else. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm not really very sure about that, but the likeliness of the ratio of that is a lot more likely for Florida than anywhere else, I feel like. Except maybe California just because they have a bigger population, I guess. But yeah, still. I have no idea if I'm getting better at this at all. I guess it'll probably take a few months of doing this to know. That's one of my issues with these fundamentals type shit is like, when do I know that I don't know, I guess that I'm learning? Because I mean, dude tells me I need to put dots on these joints and then make a straight line in between the joints and then make cylinders and shit. Like, I can do that. I got you. I can do that. But, you know, taking it any further past that on my own, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Doop, doop. At least it's not a hard practice. It's just a kind of tedious. I just want to live somewhere that isn't melting and has politics more aligned with yourself. Yeah, I could see that being a good little metric. I've never, I don't know. I don't really. I want somewhere that like I can just be left alone. Live, just live comfortably and not be scared. That would be a cool thing. It's not like I'm normally scared, but I don't know. Not having to worry about likeliness of crazy shit. Like, I feel like that's probably a reason why I could never really do DC. For one, is that like no matter what, you're bound to get some crazy shit going on in DC, you know? So, pass. Right there with you, bro. I'm back. Welcome back. But I know that's asking a lot. Yeah, especially like prices is so hard, you know, just to be able to choose. Toronto's looked at with weather. Nice. Just get cold, but no natural disasters. Except some fires once. Yeah, Canada gets a lot of fires. I didn't know that until recently. Because I guess in Montana we kind of get a lot of the smoke. Like, just travels to us from Canada. And that happens kind of a lot. And I'm like, man, what the hell is going on up there? Montana kind of gets some fires too, though, but I guess it's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who really is more frequent, to be honest, but yeah, we do be getting some fires. That's kind of gets crazy sometimes. Like, the air quality gets really bad and shit. You gotta be careful. Like, you're not supposed to go outside for very long whenever it gets too bad. I'm like, man, when do we need to evacuate? And there's never any sort of evacuation plan. It's just kind of like, hopefully it doesn't get to us. That's kind of crazy shit. I'm not really about that life. But yeah, it's hard to be able to have a say sometimes of like where you're really at. I feel like it's just always kind of how where life takes you. Beyond repair. We have wait, what? Oh, we have damaged the planet beyond repair. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Now the lungs are on fire. Yeah. I remember crying when I was 6 over the holes in the ozone layer. It's done. Ooh. Yeah. Not really. We didn't do too good there. Maybe next time. Maybe next Earth. What the? Okay. Now what are we at? Is this the end or the start? No. The end. The end. Dang, that was the whole thing there. So now, just out of curiosity, let's take out all these little people. Look at that. We did a thing. Rasterize this. And let's do like just a little gray. And fill. Yeah, we could do a little dark. Edit. Fill. Sorta. I don't know. Now, does this work? Kinda. I guess I shouldn't have to. Well, that's fine. We'll just run with it. This is our first little go. There's my little dude. Yeah, I can kind of tell, I guess, what's going on in some of them. I guess that kind of determines whether if it's good or bad, maybe. But I don't know, I feel like some of them are kind of screwed up, but that's just because of how the perspective was. I was just drawing what it was doing. What the hell's going on here? Did I not finish that? This one's cool. This guy. I feel like that's a fluid emotion, sort of. Oh, beats the shit out of me. Looks awesome. Thanks. Good progress. Mind them all for a fun Twitch emote dance. Challenge begins when you have nothing to go off of. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try to mess with next, is doing some little something on nothing. I can tell more about what they're doing now than when the image was behind them. Nice, yeah, they look like natural poses, yeah. Yeah, some of them kind of work pretty alright. Once you move to depth in 3D, it will affect perspective. So, yeah, good stuff. So, let's do a new layer. Let's just freaking... Oh. Where are you from? I found you. Alright. Let's do Oh no, scoot down a little bit. I'm gonna do a little thing, little thing. And we will erase you. And what the hell do I want it to even look like? I feel like I'm gonna keep doing this one pose. Let's do something kind of different. We're gonna do a knee and an ankle. And we'll do a knee and an ankle. That's not right. An ankle. We'll do a elbow and a wrist. And then we'll do a hang on, we screwed up. We screwed up. Let's do we're gonna do more of a pronounced little I guess I can't do it with the freaking pelvis right there, so we're gonna just take that out. Like that. Okay, and then we'll do a shoot. Brace. We got arm, and then. Well, you know what? I will say that I can tell an improvement in like my visual skills because I know that's way fucking off. So that's kind of something, I guess. So then we need to bring you to like there and there, and you go to like there. Yeah, you know, even still, I would probably even change this more the more I see it, but eh, eh. So then we'll do that. Something like that. I don't know. Do that. And that's probably gonna be pretty flat. And that's probably gonna be pretty flat. Shoot, shoot. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of looks a little crazy, but that's fine. Something from nothing. Now, one thing we could also do is we could do some gesture stuff that's timed. My buddy would draw something once, then make changes to it if need to be in a different color to help force himself find more stuff in some way. You're doing great, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I still gotta kind of do a lot of the. I feel like those kind of practices I just did to really get more into it. But yeah, different colors and yeah, erasing and all that kind of cool stuff to see what you can do and kind of how you can revise it a little bit better. All that kind of helps. Already looks like a person. Yeah, look at that. It's got limbs. It's got hands. All right. Is it 120? Let's do like. I'm gonna actually even also set timer. And we're gonna do this for. Yeah, I don't know. I'll do a stopwatch so I'll know how long I've gone. Maybe that'll help out a little. Who knows? Okay, so let me set this up on the other browser. Where's my mouse? Oh, no, not that website. Art. Find that. Figure drawing. And this one we're actually going to be like super quick. So it's going to be a lot of shit real quick. We will do. We'll do 60 seconds. I feel like I tried 30 seconds yesterday, and now we'll do 60, and we'll see kind of how that goes. Hopefully I didn't forget completely how to do all this stuff. At least the way that they taught. I mean, not one way. Okay, so I want to get a little bit more of a prominent color. Do we want like a deeper red? About blue? I like blue. And 60 seconds. Just doodling, stuff like that daily or so will help you improve. Yeah. Yeah, just gotta stay on it. Alright, let's go. How did I do all this? Mm, mm. Mm. Well, it's okay. These are all gonna be stick figures like that. Man, this guy's going crazy. Alright. He's like fully sideways here. He's really committed. Okay, and then we got here Elvis. Actually, we're gonna make that smaller. I feel like we always go too big. Alright, and then we're gonna. And then we got bulky top right there. Down to like. Down like that. That's doing something weird right there. Oh, well. And that's how some of these go. You get all into it, and then it's just like, bam, gone. I don't know what he's doing with his arms there. almost completely straight. And then we're going to do boop. And, well, we're actually going to put that and that. It's kind of just one straight shape. Oh, I never even started the freaking stopwatch. Alright, we're gonna go down that. Yeah, the dude says to kind of try to do at least like 30 minutes of this a day. Oh, that's a foot. Yeah, those are toes. He's gonna break shit. Oh my god. Yeah, he said a big thing on these figure drawings is to really make sure that you work on your foot placement and stuff, because that really helps you like kind of define your form a lot. And then he's got another hand. He's got a mallet. He's gonna break shit. Okay. She's really squishing herself there. I see some crazy shit sometimes. Not saying that one's really that crazy, but I mean, that other guy that was just completely sideways, that was kind of crazy. But, and here, oh, I kind of messed up there. That's okay. Squish. And weird bent pole thing. Really, yeah. The volume. That's the leg. Just gonna, I think we're almost, oh man, we completely missed the right side of this whole page, but that's okay. Oh no, you don't. Well, whatever. That's a hand. Leg. I'll just do a couple more. And whole thing. I'll do one more after this, and then I'll stop and talk for a second. And then, whatever this is, oops, yeah, whatever. All right, I'll just full screen that out of there. That guy failed chair school. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do there. You are an artist. Nice. Just looking while I also watch my leftist politics. I'm just glad you are here. I'm glad you're here too, dude. I'm working, but learning art. This is great. Yeah. Let's see. Let's take a look at kind of some of the stuff we did just now through all that craziness. Guy looks like he's going on doing the rodeo dance or whatever. What is that? when you're riding the horse or whatever that's called. I don't know. Some of these kind of. That one's kind of posy. I feel like a lot of them weren't very line of action. Like they were poses, but they weren't. I need more that are like pronounced, kind of like that, so that it's easier, I guess, for me to kind of contour. Yeah, I don't know. Some they say after like the 30-second mark or the 60-second mark, like in between that and like 2 minutes is kind of um, that's where you kind of start doing like volume and like adding in a lot more depth of like the body figure and stuff like that. But they say like don't do more than 2 minutes yet, because that's kind of like going into a different territory than what I'm like learning right now. Yeehaw, yeah. Yeah, right. Well, I think we can spend a little bit more time doing some stuff. But we're probably heading towards the end relatively soon-ish. We shall see Kratos eventually, yeah. Okay, so this multi-chat. Are we getting anything different in this multi-chat thing? I need to find a better situation for the chat deal right now, because I get my Twitch stuff in my Twitch chat. Oh, there we go. Drink some gosh darn freaking water. Alright. But, yeah, the multi-platform one, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out. I took off the chat off of the main screens because I didn't like how it was just kind of chilling there the whole time. Like, if nobody says anything, then it's just stuck on that same message the entire, like, forever until there's a new message. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna not do that. Let's do some more. Honestly, maybe we do like some 2-minute ones just to try it out. See how that goes. So let's stop. We're gonna do 2 minutos. And I need to fix my chair so that it makes me sit straighter. That's why I got this chair. For my posture. Not for comfort. It's not actually that comfortable. But I got it exactly for this. Alright. Oops. Oops. I pressed multiple wrong buttons there. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. See, I always make them crazy big. That's a foot somehow. Hello, motherfucker. What's up, Lithodora? We're doing super ultra focus. Dude, I don't know. How is this? Now I'm seeing the proportions are way crazy. Well, we got hands. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a human. Just do your little hair. We fucked this shit up bad. That's okay. How's it going, Lith? You doing good, man? Yeah, something. Something. Like there. Something like that. Oh, we lost our legs. Now see, yeah, what the hell's going on here? So we got a shoulder, right? And then we go boot, elbow, boot, hand. Okay, so now I'm kind of understanding what references I need to start using. So you go down to like freaking down out there. You got a stick. No, I don't know nothing about nothing, so yeah, whatever. Last one, which we don't have room for. Unless we zoom in. Dude. You got Paul. Alright. Well, that was interesting. I haven't done those before. Not for that long with after doing the little lessons. I feel like that last one was probably the best one out of all, and that guy was crazy. That guy was real crazy. We had those two. Sitting pretty. And that guy. And then this guy. I think cylinders is kind of more of the way to go for me to help build volume in there instead of just some lines. Need Mexican food to prepare for your fart stream. Oh. My art stream. It's art, not fart. I want some Mexican food now, though. I'm actually starving, so that's probably what I'm looking at in my near future is some freaking food. Posture leads to comfort, or lack of posture leads to discomfort. Yeah. A double-sided blade right there. Alright, well, we got we got some stuff going. Got some more figures. I think that was kind of fun. What do we do first? Where's our other stuff? We did, well, first we did this. All these little body men with their bodies doing their weird things. Each of these people have their own lives, their own homes, their own jobs, their own hairstyles, and accents. Okay, and then we put in limbs, and then they got limbs. They're doing shit. They're out there doing shit. You know? Look at that. See what they're doing. And then we did one little guy up here. And then we did that stuff. That was fun. I'll save this as my little thing for some progress, and then one day maybe we'll look back and be like, man, that shit's bad. That's bad. But for now, it's alright. It's just alright. Yeah, I'll save that in a second. But, yeah. Little art stream. We'll definitely do more of these in the future, too. I want this to be more the norm than gaming, to be honest. But I still very much do want to continue Demon's Souls. So that'll either be, I don't know, late tonight, but probably tomorrow, I would say, is when I'm going to be doing that. Tomorrow, sometime. I don't know when. It's my, my little sister's birthday this weekend, so it's going to be kind of a busy weekend on its own. And then we got Christmas coming up. I definitely want to do an art stream. Probably Monday or Tuesday. Just of like doing some Christmas kind of themed art. Maybe we can do another collab too. And then we can all make another little piece for the art room, which is this is the new little setting that we got. We got the first stream collab art there in the background on the wall for our art room, and we'll get another one up for Christmas probably. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna call it here. But yeah, hope you guys had fun. And yeah, I don't know. Do we raid people? I really want to start raiding into some art streams. So let's see. Oh, yeah. We're gonna raid this guy that's crazy freaking good. And he's also just a really chill stream. He's doing a adopt a monster art auction. So he's like basically auctioning out these different art pieces that he's done. I think what he was doing yesterday is they were 8 minutes long. And you can kind of put in like a number. I think it starts at like $25 and then you can go up from there, but that's like $25 shipped. Um, I'm sure he'll explain all things, but yeah, he's a cool dude. He's chill. I like his art. Don't forget to collect your gifts on Steam when I want them to get refunded. Okay, yeah, I'll check on that stuff, man. Yeah, thanks. Have a good one, everybody. Yeah. All right, let's see how we do this raid. Raid. And now, do we do it with the brackets inside? Is that right? Cody Shibi. Invalid username. Okay. Raid. Cody. There we go. Cool. Yeah, this guy's a really cool dude. So I'm excited to raid in finally because I haven't really been able to, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. But I'll probably be back tomorrow regardless for, you know, some demon souls. But yeah, all right. I'll see y'all later. Pull him up too, so I don't miss out on whatever. All right. Bye. Bye. All right.